Hey Momo, you have a lot of great videos out there, and I just wanted to respond to this one. The self-sabotage is a terminology I used a lot growing up, uh, and it's surprising how many people don't think of things on those terms. You know, as far as self-sabotage, the implications of that being, they're fully responsible for their results, their destiny. Uh, and people, I think, get caught up in a particular state of mind that they believe that this misery or this sabotage that they feel that they've come into is a result of outside influence, and more importantly, um, solely a result of outside influence, fully accepting their victimization and not taking responsibility and accountability for their their part in their own manifestation of what they've come up with. So I think that great video again, and there's a lot of people out there are going to be surprised that they really do contribute more to their life than they want to admit. They really need to take more responsibility for it, and I think when they do, in conjunction with doing things that it would make anybody happy or proud, then the results that they get are probably going to be a lot better and are going to be a lot more easy or simple than they originally thought. But you got to take, along with that acceptance that things can happen to you, also have to accept, I think, that these people need to take responsibility and be accountable for what they're doing, which is where that self-sabotage concept comes from, right? The way I've always thought about this cycle of how most people would deal with their situations as being like a rat race type of metaphor. That I have this acronym, which is HEG, and the H is have, E expect, and G is get. And the cycle is that what you have is what you would expect from your life. So what you see, what you have in your environment, the things that you expect are going to come from your surroundings. You're going to see your surroundings no matter what they are, and you're going to expect more of that. Of course, now that once you've expected the existing environment, you get the more of the existing environment. And of course, if you get it, then it takes you full circle, and what you get is what you have, obviously. The reason I came up with that acronym to create that analogy was to get people, or get at least myself, to be able to articulate where they're going to take responsibility. Are they which part are they going to break that circle? At the H, at the E, or at the G. And once you realize that it's human nature to have, whatever you have is what you would expect, and then whatever you would expect, you're going to get. It's the epitome, or it's the, it's basically what you were talking about. What you expect, you will manifest. You expected a certain thing back in your manifestation video, and you created, in some cases, a burning desire for the result, and you got the result based on that burning desire. So, of course, expectation isn't really a sensational term, but it's essentially what you're referring to. So whatever they create, whatever they can expect, we can call that a desire as well. Whatever you desire, you're going to eventually get. The problem with this self-sabotage thing is that people don't really have very high standards, especially for themselves. So you have this situation where people are going to have this desire, or they don't believe maybe they should have a desire because they don't deserve it in the first place. And they say, well, I'm in this situation because so-and-so did this to me, and I use drugs or whatever the case is, or I was sexually abused, or I was abused in general, and somebody did this to me. And they're never going to get over that. People for years, even they grow up with this thing where that I'm this way because of something else. I'm this way because of my father, my mother, because of the teacher that I had who put me down. And they grow up with this victim mentality that essentially is what I consider self-sabotage. Constantly putting yourself in a victimized position so you don't have to take responsibility for the outcome of your results. And I think that is essentially self-sabotage. Not accepting responsibility. And then, further to what you said, and then from there, after they've acknowledged they're accountable for their own lives, their own destiny, then they can accept anything's possible. Everything's possible. And now that everything is possible, and I've admitted that, I accept that good things will happen. So you always have a great message. I just wanted to add a different spin on the acceptance and the self-sabotage concept. Thank you. We'll see you.